Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I mean, I don't live in London, so it's probably something extremely obvious. It's just I have no idea. Okay, continue on. Nothing that way. Merlin Station, can't get through there, unfortunately. More shop windows, I guess. London Theatre, which is very large. This is, you know, the scenery in this is just amazing. So the Lion King performed at Theatre 2. I mean, all that little details, you know. So go on here, and then this also, if I remember rightly, yep, leads to King's Cross, which we'll visit later. As we can't get in right now. Okay, so Leaky Cauldron this way. No. Here we are, Leaky Cauldron. That looks cool. And we're in. So we've got Tom the barman, obviously be there. Wonder what's upstairs. Room 1, room 2, room 3, which is open. What's in the chest? Ah! Portals, of course. And the private ministry room. This is also very nice. And chest of more portals and some stone slabs. As you do. Right. Oh. Enough of that. Let's get on with going to Diagon Alley then. Read note 11. Just find that. Harry tapped the brick wall with his umbrella in a special sequence which made it open. Harry was shocked. It was like he was in a candy store. Wow, Hagrid, that was amazing, said Harry enthusiastically, his eyes as big as apples. Harry was so fascinated with the wall that he didn't take notice of where they were going. That was until Hagrid pointed it out. Well, do you like it? Said Hagrid, placing his umbrella back in one of his large pockets. Like what? Asked Harry, who was still identifying the wonders of the brick wall. Harry looked up to see, and was shocked at the immense street that lay ahead of him. The streets were full of many different kind of wizards and witches. Some were wearing pointy hats, the point as sharp as his needle, where others were wearing school uniforms. Harry asked Hagrid if he would be wearing one soon. He was very excited. They walked past shops and shops full of interesting things. There were cauldron shops, broom shops, road shops, pet shops, you name it, it was there. Harry pulled out a scrunched up list from his pocket and started to read it through. He needed many items including quills, books, a wand, and he may even bring a pet. On your left there is Mrs. Malkin's. God, she's a stunner if I say so myself. Over there is old Ollie's. That's where you get your wand. Only finest wands in the bloody world, said Hagrid while he strode down the street. But Hagrid, how am I supposed to pay for all this? Worried Harry, as he thought that the Dursleys surely wouldn't have contributed. Look up there. That's your Irish pot of gold, that is. Gringotts. No safer place apart from Hogwarts, Hagrid said, while proudly polishing his Hogwarts staff badge. But who left me any money? Asked Harry. He looked very puzzled. He looked up towards the giant of a man. Hagrid smiled, and they continued walking. Let's go to Gringotts. Just imagine the... Oh, nice. The Diagon Alley music going on, obviously. Cauldrons. Unemptyable cauldrons, self-stirring, standard size. Yeah, like I've said, God, you're probably tired of me saying it now, but it's just all the little details that make this map what it is, I think, and I'm really looking to see how he does Hogwarts, little half door, Hogwarts itself, it's all looking very promising. So this is obviously a little shop, oops, what's this? Cauldrons have been in there. Oh, that's a big cauldron, cool. Stationery, quality Quidditch supplies, World Cup today, new crumb follower, how to be a Quidditch star, private storeroom in there. Stationery, It's a little shop. Apothecary, flourish and blots. Obviously the bookstore. I wonder if the media charts get on to doing a Chamber of Secrets version of this, then hopefully we'll go in there. We'll see Professor Lockhart, obviously. Madame Malkin's robes, and we're lagging again. There we are. Madame Malkin's robes, magical instruments. Giant spiders. Magical menagerie. Invisibility. Dragon blood. Gamble and James. So little joke. You know, all these little shops. Second-hand robes. Ollivanders. There's a amazing dungeon in there, which we will visit shortly. Please put all your items in the chest, or you'll be escorted away by the angry giants. Okay. Let me just look at this. Think how long this must take. So this is obviously, you'd have all the goblins, and then Griphook up here. This dungeon is peaceful. Keep on peaceful. I think I'm on peaceful, aren't I? Yep. Dungeon zone. Go to Harry's vault. Click to get a mine cart. We've already got one. Click to start running. To parts. These are just the caves he's made. I mean, look at these. Even just making caves and different vaults, he's made it look awesome. And I think the bedrock, the void fog here, adds to the kind of flying around on the minecart. Retrieve the golden ingots. Oh god, I remember this. Yeah, I'm not very good at parkour. You might have seen me on Hoopsterization's channel doing, oh God's sake, parkour and adventure map called Funland. Well, it's not really a creation called, oh for God's sake, called Funland, and yeah, I'm not very good. We could be here a while. Right, let's try another one. Can't get up a ladder. That's all. That's annoying. Right, you know what, guys? I'll do the ones that I know I can do. And then maybe I'll just pause it. Gold ingot. Cool. Flick a switch. Cool. Because these are quite hard, really. Ow. Right, I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna attempt to do these because I know you don't want me to try and do all these. So, yes, I'll be back in a second. Right, you join me here. As you can see, I've got the 2 ingots. So I got the ladder one, I got the fence one there. Just doing this one, final jump. I wonder if actually I can just reach it. Actually, you know what? I'll try. Yes. Ingot number 3. Ow. Yes. Still a void fog. It's a bit crazy. So I've placed that one in there. This is a very nice door opening system as well. Obviously it only works once. This is just the log. Put a gold ingot on each spender. Click the buttons. This obviously fires them out onto pressure pads, I assume, which opens the door. Da-da! Right, let's read note 13. Oh, I forgot to read number 12. You know what, we'll read note 12. This is the one as you go into Gringotts. So he said, Harry and Hagrid entered the marble building to find the interior much more immense than they thought. From the outside it looked big, but from the inside it looked huge. Harry's eyes were wide open like huge oranges. Wow, said Harry. It was the first time in Harry's life that he had been honestly amazed and happy. There were no Dursleys in sight, and the modern feel of Privet Drive was all gone. The interior of the building was like a mixture between an old museum and at the same time a bank. There was huge wooden, neatly lined up desks. There were 6 on the right, 6 on the left, and the biggest one lay at the end of a vast walkway. The ceiling was full of cobwebs, and it looked as though it hadn't been cleaned for a long period of time. Harry jumped up on one of the desks to find a little-looking creature who was wearing a suit and a wrinkled face. Harry, who was shocked, looked up at Hagrid and gave a big gulp. Hagrid, what are these things? He whispered to the tall man. Ah, these be them goblins. Clever creatures, too clever if you ask me. Stay close to me, Harry. Wouldn't want any of them getting you, Hagrid replied to Harry. They walked down the vast walkway. To Harry it seemed as though they had been walking for hours. This was probably due to his fear of the surreal creatures who were watching Harry's every movement. When they reached the large desk at the end of the long room, Hagrid got out a key and gave it to the scary-looking goblin. This one looked like the worst of all. Harry's nightmares becoming reality. The creature's face reminded Harry of a dream he used to often have at the Dursleys. There's a forest near Privet Drive where Harry used to often walk down through the day. But at the night, this forest, which at day was full of birds and amazing creatures, became an experience not to forget nor like. Harry used to have nightmares of walking down a narrow path at night. The birds were gone and the strange creatures inhabited the trees. Harry only got a glance at their faces, and this looked exactly like them. Hagrid hid a little behind Hagrid. He acted as Harry's shield. Hagrid was talking to the goblin about gaining access to the vaults to retrieve some money. A few minutes after they finished talking, a tiny little man approached Harry and Hagrid. "Follow me," he said in a squeaky little voice. The small goblin was wearing a tiny suit. Hagrid found this most adorable. Off they went to the vaults. And now, note 13, Harry entered his vault and his jaw dropped like a piano out of a window. Hagrid walked in after him with a small brown package in his left hand. Harry was too amazed at all the gold and shining coins to notice. "How, Hagrid?" said Harry, looking up at Hagrid. "Vernon would never give me anything like this." "Ah, well, it wasn't that old sod that left you, was it? You didn't think that your parents would leave you nothing now, did you?" chuckled Hagrid. "But what will I do with it, Hagrid?" asked Harry, while the goblin in the corner of the vault was getting very impatient. He coughed now and again to indicate the impression that he wanted to go. But Harry and Hagrid just continued talking. Let's start with going to All Ollie's wand shop," Hagrid suggested. He pulled a pocket watch out of his pocket and examined the time. He squinted a little, causing more wrinkles to appear around his eyes. Hagrid chose to ignore him and focused on the gold that lay in front of him. So now we go to Ollivanders. We'll be back in a second, guys. Alright, I'm back. The Stormtrooper, obviously. So, let's go. Press start driving. So obviously more caves. That's me. Yes, I look like Harry Potter. No. Vaults, again. I just love the way that all this is made. Don't want that to happen. Okay. Let's go to Ollivanders. So where did it say about reading note 12 then? I don't think it did. I think that's why I missed it. All crafting tables again. Makes a very nice floor. Yep. Right, to Ollivanders. Ollivanders wands since 382 BC. Read note 14. There's a lot of note reading in this, but obviously that's what kind of thing it is. This is a long one as well. How many are there? 16. Okay. Hagrid and Harry were back in the populated street of Diagon Alley. Wizards and witches were rushing past them, knocking Harry off balance. Hagrid told Harry that everyone was attempting to get the immense amount of items needed for Hogwarts as the train departed the next day at 11 AM. Eventually the two of them made it out of the crowd. Hagrid told Harry to go and see Ollivander while he would get some other things. Harry accepted and he nervously entered the wand store. The old door creaked open and Harry creeped inside. As he got inside, the wooden floor panels creaked for every step Harry took. The store, unlike outside, was empty. The store was so silent the dust could be heard forming. The shop was like a wood paradise with the addition of many what looked like wand cases. The wand cases were dark shades of red and blue. They immensely added to the atmosphere of the room. Harry approached a desk which had some books laid upon it. Harry looked at the book on top of the pile. The golden writing which lay upon the desk read cover, read Potter. Harry raised his eyes in surprise. He thought to himself on what this book could be about. Without thinking, he turned open the front cover to reveal lots of parchment. The parchment contained scribbles and ink splodges, so many in fact that it was hard to read. The writing was so small, Harry had to squint to make out the wise owl-like handwriting. Not sure how handwriting could be owl-like, but there we are. He ran his finger along lines and lines of notes that appeared to relate to himself and his family. It was like a diary of what had happened based around his family. Harry read information about his mother and father collecting their first wands too when he was born. Harry heard noises from one of the many corridors of wand cases. He therefore quickly scanned the next page, and he saw the words, Lily and James Potter killed by Vo. The light of the candle was in sight. Harry quickly slammed the book shut. An old-looking man, with the most wrinkled face Harry had seen, came from the darkness. He was carrying a candle holder with a lit candle on top. The man had brushy white hair and silver eyes. He noticed Harry at the desk and it shocked him, and that is the rain. The candle dropped from Ollivander's hand onto the wooden floor. The floor didn't catch fire nor burn. Ollivander looked up at the boy. Mr. Potter, I was expecting you, he said, while a wise look inhabited his silver eyes. Harry stood still. Not a word came out of his mouth. Mr. Potter, I believe you are in search of a wand? He asked the young, nervous boy. Yes I am, Harry stuttered. He looked up towards the tall wand maker. Okay, to your left is a staircase. To retrieve the wand, you must climb up there and complete a set of challenges. Good luck. Mr. Ollivander then walked off into one of the misty, endless, one-shelf corridors. Dungeon number whatever it is. I'm going to turn the rain off because I hate it. And what a lovely sight that is. Right, let's get going. I promise I'm not usually this bad. Die. Yes, feel you are. With my knockback sword. Yes. Wow. Chapter 1. Here you go, your first one.